Alright, hello everyone, I'm aMayesing, and today we are looking at some obscure, just, I guess, announcements, updates, how-tos, whatever. If you don't know what Obskur is, I wouldn't be surprised. It is the Unreal Engine 5 streaming platform, I guess, but nobody has used it mainly because OBS and Streamlabs, which I use, is kind of the main the main top platforms that people use, and it's really good. And when the Unreal Engine stuff came out, it was confusing. It was very heavy on your computer. I don't remember how many gigabytes it was, but it was at least 100. And so nobody's really been using it. But they've made patch notes apparently, and have also given some explanations as to what they offer. So we're just going to go through all of them. So yeah, let's see what we got.
How to get
This
the
is
most of
Grammarly,
Grammarly free.
It's Kayla on behalf of Grammarly to tell you.
I don't care. Copyrighted music. Awesome. Can we just take a second to look at how confusing this shit is? So you have a whole ass, like, palette that shows different materials. You have, like, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, or maybe 16 different adjustments that you can make. And, like, it's for every single one. Like, there's so many different customizations. This would take hours, if not days, to do. I like the way that you can change the eyes, though. I'm also turning this down. It is very loud. But I like the fact that you can change the eyes. Also, it's kind of weird that they only chose women. I feel like they should have had a little bit of mix-up in the gender scene, but I don't know. Women usually, well, I was gonna say women usually have the most customizations because they can, like, dye the tips of their hairs and stuff. I don't see a lot of men doing that. Well, actually, that's not true. I actually have a lot of friends that do that. But kind of weird that they chose an only female customization. That is horrifying. Bald mode. Awesome. Okay. Alright. Whoa, that's cool. Better mouth action. That was it. Improved stability, better resource consumption, bug fixes, and character creator fixes. Wow.
In this video, we're going to show you how you can quickly and easily get started using Obskur to record or stream content. This is a quick start video. If you would like a step-by-step video with more details and
Is this an AI speaking?
explanation, please see our Getting Started video linked here. For this quick start guide, we're going to be using the templates that are available to download. Using these templates will allow you to get started using Obskur quickly and easily in a matter of minutes. There are 4 templates available for download, 2 of which use your IRL webcam and the other 2 of a VTubing avatar. All 4 of these templates are set up the same in terms of how you would use them for streaming or content creation. Once you download one of the templates, you can open them like this. Our templates are using a nested scene approach. This keeps your main scenes you'll be using while recording or streaming clean and easy to manage. An additional benefit is that when you make changes to your sources, like webcams or capture cards, it will not ruin other scenes you have previously set up.
That is a horrible green screen. That is a horrible. Look at that. You can see the green around it, and then some of her hair over here is actually getting cut in the, like, and her shirt also, I think, has been cut out as well. That's hilarious. Mine is doing perfect right now, which is surprising because I don't have that much light, but
scenes you have previously set up.
That's horrible.
While making content or recording, you will only be using these 4 scenes: starting soon, just chatting, gaming, browsing, and BRB. If you want to make any changes to things you are capturing, alert sources, or your camera VTuber, you can do this in the studio mode while live or recording like this, or while offline like this. Note when you make changes to these sources, they will universally apply to all the other scenes which use these scenes as sources. With all of the templates, their setup and layout are the same, but they lack one thing: your own personal touch. In the alert scene, you can add any browser sources you already have, like this. In the just chatting, BRB, or starting soon, you can add text or media like this. In the capture scene, by default, we set the capture to capture your display, but here you can add any game sources, window sources, or capture card sources. To use...
But what's the point? Like, you're trying to compete with 2 of the best streaming platforms. You're not gonna win. Obskur doesn't bring anything new to the table. It's just Streamlabs.
Use our built-in interactions.
It's much worse than Streamlabs.
Go to Extensions, search Obskur, then add the Obskur extension to your stream. In Obskur, go to the Marketplace tab and download any of the interactions you want. They're free. Go to the Marketplace tab. Download the Gamer Room Zeus.
The Gamer Room.
Open the environment. Add a source display and move it into place. In the details, select your webcam you want to use, and you can add a chroma key. Add interaction into your environment and name it interaction. Save and close.
I mean, okay, that is cool that, like, you can create a 3D environment and then have it, like, interactable and stuff, but I feel like there's an easier way to do that.
Then go to the interaction
than just
tab
having
and
Unreal
set the
Engine.
interactions to the interaction point we just made. This tells where the interaction needs to happen. Once set, it'll appear when your viewers go to redeem this interaction on your stream. The VTuber template comes set up with a default model. If you want to use your own custom model, you can go to the Character tab. Import your own VRM model. In this case, we're using the Remy model by Cam. Don't forget to set up VMC tracking, iPhone tracking, or Obskur mocap tracking. Now you're set up and ready to start
The Obskur
VTubing.
mocap you have to buy separately.
Now we're going to set up a VTuber in an environment based on what we learned previously. Go to the Marketplace tab. Download the Gamer Room Zeus. Open the environment. Select the chair already in the environment and delete it. Add a character source and move it into place. You can set up interactions just like how we did previously. All we need to do now is add our audio sources. Obskur gives us the option to add audio sources as global or local. A global audio source will remain the same for all scenes. Local audio sources only apply to our current scene. Let's add our system audio and mic as local audio sources in our just chatting and gaming browsing scenes. Once we set the stream title and game details in the Broadcast tab, we're ready to stream. Congratulations on your new stream setup with Obskur. Make sure to save your project, and when you're ready, click the stream button to go live on Twitch. If you want a more detailed walkthrough on how to set up Obskur, please see our Getting Started guide or join the Discord. Happy content creation!
Happy content creation.
All right.
You should have just said happy creating.
Let's recolor and bring it to life. Let's try.
Obskur's character and imported VRM model's body can be motion controlled by Obskur mocap or by any VMCP, also known as Virtual Motion Capture Protocol, enabled applications and hardware. Characters' faces can be motion captured live with any Face ID compatible device, using LiveLink Face. Please keep in mind, VRM models have to be created with ARKit face tracking in mind. Optionally, the face can also be driven by VMCP data. For best results, the sending and receiving model should be identical. To learn more about Obskur's mocap hardware, please see this video and follow the links in the page below. With Obskur, you have the option to drive your character using only an iPhone. Although only facial motion data and head motion will be captured, the rest of your model will be able to move only using the head and face data sent to Obskur using LiveLink Face. To get started using LiveLink Face with your model, please follow the instructions in the Face tab that you are seeing on the screen. On your Face ID compatible device, go to the Apple App Store and download LiveLink Face. Next, make sure your Face ID device is on the same Wi-Fi network as your computer running Obskur. Then, launch LiveLink Face.
Jesus Christ.
Select Capture Mode to LiveLink, ARKit, tick Don't Ask Again, and press Continue. Press the Settings gear on the top left, and in the new window, select LiveLink. Here, set the subject name to Obskur. Then, in the Target section, add your computer IP address and set the port as 1111. Your IP address will be shown in the Face tab of Obskur.
Cool.
Once you go back to the main screen of LiveLink Face, your model should be animating in Obskur. If not, please check your firewall settings. To have more fine control or change how your body moves, you have to go to the Settings tab.
Check your safety protocols and please disable them.
Moving over to the Settings tab, we are going to quickly go over each of the different sections, then later cover some use cases and controls in more detail. The first section allows you to selectively control your model using VMCP. When using a VMCP sending application, such as Virtual Motion Capture or VC Face, set your sending port to 39539. Having the ability to selectively choose each section of the body will allow users to mix and match different forms of motion capture. Note, if you are not using a VMCP sending application, make sure to uncheck all of these boxes. You can make adjustments to how the motion capture applies to your model, as well as the scale, rotation, and position of your model. All of these settings will be remembered for each individual model you have imported into Obskur. Mirror face and mirror body will mirror the motion capture applied to the model. These location offsets will move your model in 3D space. You can also rotate and scale your model with these controls. This next section superficially has to do with the chair. This chair will also share visibility in the environment, as well as the character source. And these controls are for moving, scaling, and rotating the chair in relation to your model. If you want to hide the chair, you can check this box. If you are using only an iPhone or face tracking to control your model, the simulated body option is a great way to drive your model with more natural movements. You can also change your model from the seated position to a standing position by using the standing mode. Standing mode can also be used if you are only using upper body tracking and do not want your model to be sitting. Please note that simulated body mode will override all other motion capture coming in other than the head and face. VMCP, or Virtual Motion Capture Protocol, is an open standard motion capture signal which allows for the sending and receiving of motion capture information. Any motion capture or VTubing application that sends out VMCP data can be used to drive your character's movement in Obskur. Some notable applications that send VMCP data out are VC Face and Virtual Motion Capture. The camera controls in the Character tab controls the camera in the Character tab as well as the character source in the Broadcast tab. If we change the camera view, we also need to change the field of view, or FOV, and offset to zoom in on our character's face. We will note these changes once we make the switch back to the Broadcast tab. These camera settings will not reflect any changes in the Environment tab. You can also use right-click and hold and move your mouse to rotate your character, and use WASD while holding right-click to move the camera. For more helpful videos, such as how to get started using Obskur mocap, or if you want to know how to get started streaming or making content with a VTuber model using Obskur, check out our Getting Started or Quick Start guides.
I mean, the
Be sure to
VTuber
check
is
out the
kind of
knowledge
cool.
base in the Help tab.
So far, 3D environments and VTuber sound cool, but I know that there's other VTuber options out there. I remember trying one a long time ago, and I can't remember what I tried, but I don't know. I don't know what Obskur's target audience is. Like, are they trying to target people who have Streamlabs and OBS? Because they're not going to get anybody, at least that I know of. They barely have a subscription status on YouTube.
And join the official Obskur Discord.
I'm just here to make fun of them. I love that you play Clash of Clans every single time.
Obskur allows VTubers to import their own 3D models. Currently, Obskur
That's
is
crazy.
compatible with standard VRM models. To learn more about VRM models, you can visit these sites. Here's a website with information about the VRM 3D model format. You can convert your model to VRM using
Blender,
this
nice.
Blender plugin. Alternatively, you can use
VRoid,
VRoid Studio
that was
Character
it.
Creator, which exports VRM models. To import a
VRoid was the
VRM
one I
model,
did.
press the character button on the left side in the character tab. Here you will see
Can
all
you
previously
just show us
imported
this?
VRM models. If at any time you wish to use the default model, you can press the default model button at the bottom of the character window. Let's import a VRM model. We're going to be importing a pre-made VRM model, Remy by Cam. When you import a VRM model, you will see the relevant license information provided by the model creator. Once you agree to the license terms, the model will proceed to import into Obskur. When your model is imported for the first time, it will automatically load. If you ever need to switch to a different imported model, you can select the model in the character window. If at any time you wish to review the license for your model, find your imported model's thumbnail and press the iInfo icon. Also, if you ever want to remove a model from Obskur, on the thumbnail, press the X icon. Future VRM functionality is currently being expanded. Look forward to these upcoming features: expression toggles, material adjustment, expanded motion capture support.
Forgot closed captions.
For more helpful videos such as
I'm
how to
assuming
get
they weren't
started
on it
using
for the
Obskur
last two.
mocap, or if you want to know how to get started streaming or making content with a VTuber model using Obskur, be sure to check out the knowledge base in the Help tab and join the official Obskur Discord.
Why did you
Welcome to the Broadcast tab. In this
Why did you make a separate video for how to download the models? Because you literally had it in the last episode.
overview, you'll learn about Obskur's Broadcast tab and section of the application. If you would like to learn more about environments, using characters or VTubers, interactions, or the marketplace, please click on the links in the help page. If you are looking for an overall guide on using the application, please see our Getting Started or Quick Start guides.
I thought I put it in order, but
The
apparently
hamburger
I didn't.
menu is universal to all parts of the application. We will focus on the parts of the hamburger menu relevant to the broadcast section.
I forgot that they call it
In
that.
File, you will have options for your project and the option to quit. Selecting Quit will close the application. A
That's
project is
crazy.
specifically the broadcast settings, scenes, audio, and sources. When you save or open a project file, it will be a save of everything regarding the Broadcast tab, in addition to the interactions. With Edit, you can either undo or redo any changes you make in the broadcast. You can also use the Undo and Redo buttons in the top right of the application. The Import option provides the options to import a JSON scene from other broadcast applications. On Import
JSON.
Obskur will automatically convert your JSON scene to work in our Broadcast tab. You may need to make small adjustments in your scene after the import to make the scene to your liking. In View, you will have several options in Broadcast. Selecting these options in the View menu will allow you to open and show these broadcast windows. By default, most of these windows will already be open, such as the Twitch chat window, Sources window, Scene window, Stream Control window, and the Preview window. Twitch chat. The Twitch chat window allows streamers to keep track of chat, events, and use Twitch commands while live.
Cool.
Preview. The Preview window shows what will be streamed out to the platform of your choice. Output.
I thought Twitch is the
Output
only
window
one.
is mainly used in studio mode. This output window works in tandem with the Preview window. When the output window is present in studio mode, the preview will show a scene you are currently selecting, allowing you to preview or change sources without these changes being pushed to your live stream or recording. The output window will show what is currently being recorded or pushed out to the live stream. Scene list. The scene list allows you to view, remove, and create stream scenes. Sources list. The source list allows you to layer different capture sources, remove, and add them. Audio capture. The audio capture list allows you to monitor audio and add other audio sources. Stream controls. Stream controls allows you to start and stop live streaming, begin and end recording, transition to different scenes, access stream settings, and toggle studio mode on and off. Web browser. The web browser is not a default window. The web browser allows you to have a dockable browser window so you can dock any web page or web source that you need while creating content. In the Tools menu, you have 3 options. Default Obscure layout, which will reset the changes to the broadcast layout back to normal. Save layout, which will save the layout changes you've made in the broadcast. This will not save any scenes or sources you've added or changed. This only applies to the window layout in the Broadcast tab. And Reset layout, which will revert your layout changes back to the last save. Settings are accessible in the hamburger menu or in the Stream Controls window. Here you can change your stream and recording settings. Enabling Broadcast Test will allow you to stress test your streaming setup without actually going live to your streaming platform.
That's cool.
The custom RTMP option allows you to live stream to other platforms.
Oh.
Here you will need to have the stream URL and the stream key, which can be found through the streaming platform of your choice. Canvas resolution will change the resolution of the stream preview and output window. Please keep in mind the higher the resolution you set, the more system resources are going to be required for rendering and encoding.
Yeah.
The stream resolution can be the same as the canvas resolution. However, there is the option to change it independently of the other. The stream resolution is what's going to be pushed out to your live stream or recording. For example, if you have a 1080p canvas, but your internet is not stable, streaming out a 1080p live stream could be very demanding on your internet connection. Instead, you can set your stream resolution to 1280 by 720 or 720p to reduce the load on your internet connection.
I'm confused as to why you want to make your stream resolution higher and your canvas resolution slower. I don't know. That's just
Graphics
me.
quality changes the
That's
quality
just
of the
me.
graphics in the character screen and the environments. Process priority changes the system's resources to first go to Obskur, then other applications. Changing this setting can help with Obskur performance issues. Please be aware that this can affect other programs running at the same time. Streaming kilobytes per second changes the encoding quality of your stream or recording. Record path changes the location of where the video recording will be saved. You also see keybind, which changes the buttons you can press on your computer to change actions within Obskur. Additionally, this is a great place to find all of the existing keybinds and shortcuts you can use in Obskur. Move source will change how fast or slow objects in Obskur will move when you click and drag or move them around with the arrow keys.
Oh.
The lock icon, when pressed, will toggle the location lock of each of the sections in the broadcast. When unlocked, you will be able to freely move each of the docked windows in the broadcast.
Oh,
Next to the lock icon is the Resource System and Stream Information bar. Here, you can find information about your computer resource usage and stream information. If you wish to hide any of this information, you can click on any of the boxes to toggle each of the boxes' visibility. Next is the Stream category for Twitch. If you click on the Edit button, you will have the ability to type in the category area. Once your changes are made, if you press Enter, you will have the option to accept or cancel the changes. And the top right of the top bar is the version number telling you the version of Obskur and your current logged-in account. The Stream Chat window functions just like the Stream Chat would normally in Twitch. At the top, you have your leaderboards and users in chat. In the chat section, as a moderator or streamer, you will be able to click on users to get additional information on the chatter. Then there is the Send Message box, where you can send a message to your own chat or type commands. The channel point icon will give you access to manage your Twitch channel points.
Cool.
Please note, this will only appear if you have access to Twitch channel points. The shield icon will toggle Twitch chat shield mode on or off. The highlight button will change the highlight chat options. The gear icon will allow you to access all of your Twitch chat settings available to you as a streamer. There are 5 buttons in the stream controls. Stream will toggle the live stream to the chosen platform. Note, if you have the broadcast test mode enabled in the settings, this will only stimulate the resources used for live streaming without live streaming. Also, by default, Obskur will be set to live stream to the platform used to log into Obskur, in this case Twitch, and you can change this using the custom RT.
Hold on, the dog's eating something. He's not supposed to. Oh, what you doing? He's a goofy goober. He's probably gonna get something. I don't know what he's gonna get, but he's gonna get something.
TMP option in the settings. Record toggle. All of the recording will save to the recording location set in the settings recording path. By default, the transition button is grayed out. This can only be used in studio mode. When studio mode is enabled, the transition button will allow you to change from the preview window scene to the output window scene. Settings will open the stream and quality settings that are also accessible from the hamburger menu. Studio mode will open a new mode showing the preview window and the new output window. Studio mode allows you to preview the next scene you want to change to, or to edit a scene and sources without interrupting what is visible on your live stream.
Come here.
In the audio window, you have the ability to add audio sources and remove audio sources with the plus and minus button. To add an audio source, press the plus icon and select an audio source you wish to add. Once an
He just yawned and almost ate my chair.
audio source is added, you will have the ability to change the volume level being brought into
There you
Obskur.
go. Hello.
There are 2 different kinds of audio sources, global and local. A global source will be an audio source available to all scenes, and changes made will apply to all scenes. A local source is only available in the scene which the source is added.
Do you think that looks good?
You will have the ability to toggle audio monitoring.
Yeah.
This will allow you to hear what the audio source will sound like to stream. Or you can mute or unmute the audio source so the sound source can either be heard or deafened. If you right-click on an audio source, you will have the option to delete the audio source.
Yeah.
You can also do this by selecting the audio source and pressing the minus button. Hide the audio source so the audio source will be hidden, but will
What's he
maintain
doing?
the last settings you have
What's he
applied.
doing?
To unhide audio sources, right-click in the audio window and select Unhide all audio sources. If you want to access more advanced settings for your audio source, you can right-click on Audio Source and go to Options, and a new window will appear providing options for that specific audio source. The gain will allow you to make the audio level louder or quieter. So if you change the gain to 0.5, the volume will be 50%. But if you change the gain to 1.5, the volume will be 1.5 times louder than the original.
Cool.
The delay will add a delay to your audio.
There we go.
This can be used for effects or to sync audio with video.
Yeah, you
EQ
got it?
bands will give you the option to fine-tune the audio to get the audio to sound exactly how you would.
I don't know if YouTube has seen this, but this is Oats. He's my girlfriend's dog. Yeah, that's right. That's the right sentence. He's 5 months old. He's still learning how to do stuff, how not to eat everything and use the bathroom indoors and things like that. But because me and my girlfriend, we work at different times, I have to take care of him most of the time because she works 20 hours and I only work 15. But yeah, he's chaotic, but you know, she says that it's temporary, so I'm crossing my fingers. But yeah, he's a good boy. Very tired boy. He just woke up from a nap.
You can fine-tune your audio by going into 5-band mode. The Ignore in VOD checkbox means the audio will be audible in the live stream, but would be absent in the VOD. This can be handy if you're playing any copyright music on your live stream. Adding a dynamic processor will allow you to add additional effects to your audio, such as a compressor, limiter, expander, and gate. In the Sources window, you can add a variety of different sources. Webcam capture card source allows you to add webcams and capture cards to your stream. Text source allows you to add text to display on your stream. Display source allows you to capture an entire display on your stream.
Yes. Stop licking
Window source allows you to capture specific windows open on your computer.
What are you doing?
Game source is an optimized game capture mode, providing better capture performance than the window source. Environment source allows you to add an environment you've previously created and allows you to switch between all the cameras in the environment. Character camera source will show the last character you have loaded in the character tab. Color source will allow you to add a solid color to your stream. Image source will allow you to add standard image formats to your stream.
Okay, let's hold on.
Media source will allow you to add GIFs and other movie and media files.
Okay, hold on. Buddy, what are you doing? Are you good? There's not a lot of space up here for both of us. You got it? You good? I'm turning. Jesus.
Browser source allows you to add browser sources such as external alerts, notifications, and websites. Interact inside of the browser source by holding Control while browsing.
Hey, don't eat my keys.
Source allows you to add other scenes as sources. NDI source is a network protocol allowing for network audio and video to be received. This can be used in a dual computer setup without a capture card, or allows for the capture of cameras or other applications on the same computer or network. Transition source allows you to have more control as to how the transition between each scene will appear. Slideshow source allows the addition of multiple media files to be shown in a sequence.
Yeah, there's the mocap
Alerts
box
is
that
an
you have to buy
obscure
separately.
built-in alert system to show coin alerts from the Obskur Twitch extension, as well as Twitch alerts. Spout 2 is a network video source similar to NDI that is commonly used by VTubing applications. group is a source which allows users to organize sources into manageable folders.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
At
that's
the
where you
top
go.
of the sources section, you can also use the icons to add a group source, add a transition source, add a source, or remove a selected source. You can also right-click a source in the sources section. You will have the option to copy and paste sources. You can also arrange the order of the sources. Alternatively, you can arrange sources by clicking and dragging them into place. Sources are layered, meaning sources that are near the top of the list will overlap with any sources underneath.
Oh,
Sources
Jesus.
can also be copied from one scene to another.
He doesn't know what
Cloned
to do.
sources keep all changes made to the original source and duplicates that source into the new scene.
Oats.
A connected source links two sources, which maintains the changes between them.
Get down. Get down.
You can also dock a source.
There you go.
You can dock up to 10 sources by either right-clicking on the source and going to dock it.
That's the funniest
or
shit that's ever
undock it.
happened.
Alternatively, you can click and drag a source from the sources window to the dock. Once you have your source docked, you can easily double-click the dock source to hide or unhide those sources.
Hi, buddy.
Docking sources allows you to easily toggle visibility of sources without having to dig through your sources list. Docked sources are scene-specific. This is useful if your scene is very large or has parts that you need to alter often.
Okay.
For each source, there are 3 icons. The eye icon will toggle the source's visibility. The lock icon will lock the ability to click on the source and move, scale, or rotate it. The gear icon will open additional settings. Depending on the kind of source you're interacting with, there may be some different specific settings for the source, such as webcam, text, window capture, and display capture as a few examples. All sources will have these transform controls if you want to manually change the position, scale, rotation, and orientation of a source. The sources will have opacity options, as well as a few options for filters like cropping.
I'll be back in a second. I need to wash my hands and turn the heat off. Oh, the bones. The bones hurt. Wash my hands. Hi. How's it going? My hands smell like dog. My hands smell like dog. What you doing, buddy? How's it going? How's it going? You doing good? Ooh. Yeah, you get it. You get the elephant. Oh.
Image masks and chroma keys. Any of your sources not locked and visible in the canvas can be moved by clicking and dragging them, or rotated and scaled by moving your mouse to the edges and corners of each source in the canvas. Hold Shift while holding any handle to fine-tune your changes.
Cool.
Scenes are overall canvas layouts. You can press the plus icon to add a new scene, select a scene, and press the minus icon to remove a scene. If you want to change the name of a scene, you can click the text or right-click to rename. Then type in a new name. The order of these scenes only impacts your own organization and does not change anything in regard to the broadcast layout. The current active scene will by default be highlighted in red and say Live Output on the right-hand side. The best way to think of scenes is like a folder. Scenes contain sources, like how a folder contains files. For more helpful videos, be sure to check out the knowledge base in the Help tab and join the official Obskur Discord.
Wait, what?
Obskur features a marketplace that comes with interactions,
okay, this is the
scene
one I'm
assets,
interested about.
and environments. Everything available from the marketplace works with the Environment tab or the Interactions tab. For more information on those tabs specifically, please see the Help tab or videos directly related to them. Interactions are available for free and allow your audience to interact with your 3D environment while you're streaming. Scene assets are specific 3D assets you can use to decorate 3D environments. Environments are entire sets or areas which can be decorated and used to create 3D scenes. Find something you like in the marketplace either by browsing or typing in the search bar. You will see the amount of coins it will cost to purchase the item from the marketplace. Clicking on an individual item will provide more detailed images as well as information about the item. You will have the option of purchasing the item or re-downloading and installing an item you have already purchased. All items in the marketplace can be purchased using VRTS credits. On the top right, you'll find purchased using
Okay, well, that's not bad. So, $5 for 1,000, $8 for 3,000, 5,500 for 10, 10 for 15. That's not bad, but it's completely useless. Really? You want back up here again? Buddy, did you see how that went last time? Did you see how that went last time?
On the top right, you'll find your wallet. The wallet shows your VRTC credit amount, and when clicked on, shows your transaction history.
Wow.
And all items you either download for free or purchase using our VRTS credits will be viewable in your inventory in the marketplace. Deleting an item will free up space on your computer, but will not remove the item from your inventory. If you want to re-download the item you either previously deleted or have yet to download, you can press the download button for each item you wish to download. Clicking on the interactions section of the marketplace, you'll see all of the available interactions and all of the subcategories of our interactions. The interactions created by Obskur are available for free, so you can download as many as you want. Video overlays are effects that take up the whole screen. Environment modifier are effects that mainly change aspects of the environment in 3D space. Surprise has a fun, surprising, unexpected element to them.
Please don't market that.
Particle FX creates a particle-based effect which lingers in the environment. Camera filter is an effect that changes how the scene is perceived.
Interesting.
All of the interactions require the use of an environment and can have their settings adjusted in the Environment tab. The audience interaction will require you to download the Twitch extension. For more information about how to set up the Twitch extension, you can see our interactions video, quick start video, or our getting started video. Scene assets are 3D objects used to decorate and populate an environment. Anything from beach balls to coffee mugs and desks, there are hundreds of assets to browse through. All of the scene assets that you purchase and download will be available for use in the Environment tab. You can see the scene assets available for use in the inventory of the Environments tab.
Is that cool?
Once you open up an environment, you can click and drag any of your purchased scene assets into your environment to decorate and create an environment to your liking. These are fully furnished environments for us to download and customize to our liking.
I know, it's very shiny.
Such as the Obskur room Midas.
The mouse.
All individually available scene assets included in downloaded environments will be added to our inventory, letting us use them in other environments.
The mouse is
Furnished environments come bundled with scene assets that can be moved, removed, or replaced. The main purpose of the furnished environment is to give a good starting point to use and get started right away. Alternatively, you can use non-furnished environments to decorate with assets you already own. For more helpful videos, be sure to check out the knowledge base in the Help tab or join the official Obskur Discord.
You're good. You got it.
Welcome to the Interaction tab. This is where you will set up interactions that can be triggered through the Obskur Twitch extension and play directly in your environments, making interactions like this, or like this,
a fart cloud.
all triggered by your live stream viewers in real time while you're live. If you're looking for a quick start or an overall getting started video on Obskur, please see either of these videos. In this video, we're going to learn about Obskur's Interaction tab and section of the application. If you would like to follow a detailed guide about environments, using characters or VTubers, broadcast, or the marketplace,
Why do you like sitting
please
in
click
chairs?
on the links in the help page. Please note at this time, our built-in interaction system only works with Twitch, and currently our interactions only work with scenes that have an environment, which we'll talk about later in the guide.
Okay.
To allow your community to
Weird.
easily activate and redeem your interactions, we're going to need to install our custom Twitch extension, which you can access by going to Twitch, then going to your dashboard, going to extensions, and searching for Obskur. Once you add the extension, you will get to a new window.
Hi.
Make sure to set Obskur as either Component 1 or Component 2. Go back to your own Twitch page. Now that you're back on your own Twitch page, you will have a new Twitch extension on your Twitch channel. When you're live, your community will be able to use the Obskur interaction extension to redeem interactions that you've set up. If no interactions have been added, this area will be empty. We're going to end our stream for now since we have not set up our interactions. So let's go to the broadcast tab in Obskur to set up alerts and interactions
Oats,
that
you're
work
fine,
with
bud.
our Twitch
Please
extension.
don't chase the
Switch back to the
computer
Obskur
mouse.
application. We're going to add an alert source. You can add the
You're
alert
fine.
source in the sources window. Obskur's alert source will have a small pop-up for Twitch events and Obskur interactions. You can use this source to show any Twitch or Obskur redemptions on your live stream.
Nope, nope,
Now,
nope.
to use interactions that your community can redeem from the extension,
Oh, no.
we need
There
to
you
get
go.
some interactions from
Oh,
the
boy.
marketplace.
Good boy.
In the marketplace, we will have access to download what we need to create
It's getting warm in
interactions.
here.
In order to make use of Obskur's interactions, you need to have two things: a 3D environment and some of Obskur's interactions. All of our interactions are free to use and download. Feel free to download any you find interesting. In
Oh,
this
that's cool,
case,
they're free.
we're going to download the flame, hearts, and fart interactions. Now that we have our interactions, we're going to need an environment to place them into. Our environments may vary in price, but some are available for free. We're going to download the free environment, Gamer Room Zeus. This is one of the furnished environments which come with props already there. Once your interactions and environment are downloaded,
No,
we're
Oats.
going to set up the environment to work with our
It's
interactions.
okay.
Now
It's
we're going to
2D.
switch to the environment tab and use the
You're fine,
environment
bud.
we
You're fine.
downloaded.
You did
Press
good.
the plus environment button to add a new environment. Select
Oh,
Gamer Room Zeus and then name the environment. We're going to name our environment Cozy Gamer Room and then press
Okay.
Create Environment.
You're okay.
Now let's open the environment we just
Fine.
created. As a quick review about moving around in the environment, hold the right mouse button and move
Okay,
your
fine.
mouse to look
Come on.
around.
I gotta use
While
the bathroom.
holding the right mouse button, use the WASD.
Okay, come on, Oats. Down, bud. Down, bud. Come on, down, bud. Down, buddy. Come on, bud. Down. Oats, down. Oats, down. Oats, down. Thank you. I have to use the bathroom. I can't believe he's watching it with me. That's hilarious. We'll be back. Hold on. Hold on. Oh god, he's coming. Guys, he's coming, and I can't.
To move around,
Okay,
and
come on, I'm
the
ready.
QE keys to
Come
move
on, I'm
up and
ready.
down. Any object in this environment can be freely moved, rotated, or scaled. Left
on.
click to select an asset.
Come
Hit
on.
the space bar, or
Don't go
use
up
the
there.
top right buttons to switch between moving, rotating,
buddy.
or scaling the asset. All of these options are also available in the Asset Details menu. To add an interaction in the environment,
I don't
drag
know.
the interaction target point from the inventory and put it on the floor. Rename the interaction target point to Interaction on Floor so we can find it later. Interactions by default happen on whatever the active camera is in the Environments tab and won't use the target points. We can choose to have an interaction happen at a target point for more control over our interactions. Since we want to have our interactions happen at the target point that we added to the environment, we'll have to go to the Interactions tab. Click Save and head to the Interactions tab. In the Interactions tab, add the flame,
Do you wanna come back
heart,
up?
and fart interactions we
Do you wanna come back
downloaded
up?
from the marketplace into our current scene. Note, only scenes and visible environments will be able to show when interactions are activated.
Oats, come on.
The current scene automatically links to whatever scene we have
Every
active
time.
in our broadcast tab,
Oh,
which in this case is
there you
scene
go.
1.
You got it.
We only
got it.
recommend
Good job.
using the current scene if you
Good
know
job.
all of your active scenes will have an environment source in them.
You really like watching that mouse.
Since we're only going to have an environment source in scene 1, we're going to set up the interaction to only activate in scene 1. We need to make sure later we add an environment source to scene 1 after we're finished setting up our interaction setting. In the future, if we want an interaction to play in the same place in the environments across all scenes in the broadcast tab, then we would go to add it to global. If we click the preview button on one of the interactions, we'll notice that it plays on the
We're not
active
moving.
camera, which is the
We
same
are not
camera
moving.
angle we have active in the environments tab. Click on each of these interactions, and in the details panel, change the target point to the interaction on floor target point that we've added in the environment, and click Save Changes. Now, if we hit preview, we'll notice that the interaction plays at the target point we set up. In the details panel of these interactions, we can change various settings and set the bits price for our audience to redeem. You can set the coin value to whatever price you want to. Today,
That's
we're
cool.
going to set the coin price to 0, so these can be redeemed by our viewers for free. Before we
It would
can get
spam that
started
shit.
using
Oh,
Obskur's
Oats,
interactions,
don't go on the
we
desk.
just need to take one more step.
go on the desk.
Remember, interactions will only show on active scenes with environments in them. So, we're going to switch back to the broadcast tab. We are going to
Doing
have
good.
to add an environment source to the scene we
You're
want to
doing
have
good.
our interactions activate.
Comfy?
In this case, we're going
Oh,
to add
big
an
yawns from
environment
the
to
boy.
scene 1. Going to scene 1, we're going to add a source. Select an environment source, and then select the cozy gamer room we created
I
earlier.
love that he's following the cursor.
Now that everything is almost set up, you can close the environment.
Hey,
This will
nope.
save you on computer resources. In
No
the
voices.
future, if you want to adjust the target for each environment, make sure you have the environment open in the
You're okay.
environment tab before changing the
okay.
settings
You're
in the
okay.
interaction tab. Now we're
You
all
got
set up
him.
and we're ready to go.
You
Now
got
when you
him.
go live, your community and viewers will be able to use the extension and redeem any interactions that associated with the active scene.
He's like, what fucking
Remember, you can
wizardry?
only have interactions visible on scenes with an environment.
Oats, you're okay.
So we only added our
Oats,
interactions
you're
to
okay.
scene 1 with our environment. If we switch to scene 2, you will see
He's
that all the
so
interactions in the
confused.
extension for the viewer vanish, meaning they cannot redeem something that cannot be shown.
Oats, no.
And when you're
buddy,
active on a
you
scene with
got 'em.
interactions, they'll
You
be
got
able to
'em.
redeem
You're
any
okay.
interactions available for that scene. For more helpful videos, be sure to check out the knowledge
got
base
'em.
in the help
Good
tab
job.
and join the official
No,
Obskur
Oats.
Discord.
Uh-uh.
The Environments tab holds all of our assets
Uh-uh.
and environments we've downloaded from the marketplace.
Okay. Oats, you gotta go down. Because you're trying to... You're gonna cause some issues. Oats, down. No barking at the screen. No barking at the screen, buddy. You did good. You did a good job. But you're trying to bark at the screen. You're trying to bark at the screen. I can't have that. I'm almost done, okay?
This is where we can
We can do
create our
something
own
afterwards.
environments, customize pre-made environments,
Good job, though. You got
and
him.
include the option to have a character or an IRL camera video feed within them. Once completed, your environment can be added as a source to your broadcast, allowing for either an environment, character in an environment, or a green screen virtual production
Hey, you're gonna
visible
get
to your
yourself trapped in
audience.
there. Don't do that.
By default, Obskur provides us with 4 empty environments to customize however we want with assets and lighting. There are also free pre-made environments available
Nope.
in the marketplace. In this
Nope.
case,
Hey, Oats,
let's
down.
go to the marketplace tab,
Oats, down.
environments, and download the free
Yes,
Gamer Room
fine.
Zeus environment. Once downloaded, let's go back to the environments tab. Add a
Oats,
new
down.
environment by pressing the plus environment
down.
button. Then a new window
Down.
will appear. Here you
Okay,
will have
hold on. He's trying to eat me. Here, you need a busy bone? Come here, buddy. Come on. Let's get you a treat. You've been good. Let's get you a treat. You've been good. What do you got? What do you got? Let's see. Do you have a Oh no, Busy Bomb was already what you have. What are these? What are these? I don't actually know what these are. What are these? Munchie Gums. You want this? You want this? Want it? Yeah? Okay. Hopefully that'll keep him occupied. Unless he drops it immediately. You got it. You got it. Please tell me you got it. Okay, he's definitely got it. Hopefully he doesn't want to eat it on me though. No, okay. Hopefully that'll last him the 30 minutes or whatever that we have left.
All of the default empty environments, as well as any purchased
boy,
or
Oats.
downloaded environments from the marketplace that we can use as a starting point. For this video, we're going to choose the Gamer Room Zeus we just downloaded. We're going to rename it to Cozy Gamer Room and click Create Environment.
Cozy Gamer
It
Room.
will immediately take you into the new environment. Since we're starting with one of the furnished environments we downloaded from the marketplace, it comes bundled and set up with scene assets. In our environment inventory, we have the ability to search for specific assets we downloaded from the marketplace by typing and entering here, or filter by asset type here. Items you see in the inventory are items you have available to add into the environment. Let's add a cube into the environment. Click and hold on the item in your inventory, then drag the item from the inventory directly into the environment.
Not the blender cube.
We can easily customize by adding, removing, scaling, or moving any assets in our inventory or the environment. Once you have added a new item to the environment, you will see the item populate in the actor list on the right side here. Here we can search and sort the assets in our environment. We can left-click on an asset name to select it in the environment, or right-click any asset to copy, cut, paste, duplicate, and delete. We can also create folders to keep things organized by right-clicking in an empty space and selecting Create New Folder. Double-click on any asset or folder to rename. If you are familiar with any 3D modeling programs, video games, or game engines, the navigation in the environment should feel somewhat familiar. Here are some of the basics of navigation and controls using our environments. Hold the right mouse button and move your mouse to look around. While holding the right mouse button, use WASD to move and QE to move up and down.
He doesn't know what to do with it.
To add an asset, we can click it into the environment from our inventory. Left-click on an asset to select it. Hit the spacebar to switch between moving, rotating, or scaling the asset, or use the buttons on the top right to switch between these modes. The white ball in the middle of the control can be used to modify the asset in a unified and constrained way, as well as scale evenly in the scale mode. All of these options are also available in the Asset Details menu. We can right-click on an asset to copy, cut, paste, duplicate, or delete it. We can also use the Show Hide Icons button to change the visibility of asset icons in cameras. And here are some handy shortcut keys to make your workflow simpler. Select an asset and use the F key to focus on the asset, the plus and minus keys to scale the asset up and down evenly, comma and period to rotate the asset left and right, the C key to change space type, the end key to snap the asset down to the floor, and the delete key to delete an asset. Use Control Z to undo and Control Y to redo, or use the buttons on the top right, and use the F10 key to enter and exit full screen mode. All of these shortcuts and more are available to view and edit in the settings menu. There are 4 light types available for us to play around with: the point light, spotlight, directional light, and rectangle light. We can use all or some of these to light our environment to our liking. Lights affect PC performance, so as a best practice, we want to be around 6 light sources, but feel free to experiment based on your PC setup. Since the Gamer Room Zeus template we're using is a furnished environment, it already comes with lighting. We can modify these lights to our liking or add more. As an important note, all of the assets in our environment are rendered live and affected by the lighting. So if we bring in a webcam or image and it's darker than the original, this is because we have to set up our lights just like we would have to in real time. When you click on a light, either in the environment or in the actor list, you can change the settings in the detail panel. Here you can change if the light can cast a shadow, the intensity, the color, as well as how big of an area the light will cover. Before we move on, we can save the changes to our environment. The furnished gamer room we are using as a template from the marketplace comes with 3 cameras. Let's click on each of these, then double-click and rename them to camera 1, 2, and 3. If we look at the top left, we can see that we...
What's happening, bud? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? You okay? You okay? You okay? Do you want something else? I don't understand what's happening. He's got the zoomies, but he's aggravated at the busy bone thing that I gave him. I don't know what's going on, but it's really funny.
We've been in the editor camera this entire time. This is the free roam camera that has no effect on our stream. Let's add an additional camera for our stream to learn how it works. Click on the plus camera icon. Now you'll notice we're in the camera we've created. Let's rename this camera to camera 4. Since we're controlling this camera, we'll position it to the left side using the controls we just learned. Now let's go back to the editor camera from the drop-down to let us free roam in our environment without changing our main camera we just positioned. We can see our added camera in the environment and touch up the angles by selecting and moving just like any other asset. A preview of the new angle will show in the bottom right of the screen. Next, let's go over the unique scene assets. The interaction point is a unique scene asset. We can place this point anywhere in our environment and link an interaction to it. For more on how to set up interactions in your environment and install the Obskur Twitch extension, check out the interactions video in the Help tab or the official Obskur Discord knowledge base. The source display is another unique scene asset. By adding the source display asset, we can bring in any available sources we'd like in our environment. This would be most useful in cases where you would want to green screen a video feed directly into the environment, or if you want to have any media showing on the screen. To do this, click and drag the source asset into the environment. The options are similar to the sources from the Broadcast tab, from adding our webcam, bringing in a screen capture, to media, and alerts. The final unique asset is the character scene asset. The character scene asset lets us bring in our VTuber character into the environment. If the character we want has already been set up in the Characters tab, all we need to do is drag the character scene asset in our environment and position it to our liking. For more on the Characters tab, be sure to check out the Characters Overview video in the Help tab. Let's hit Save and go to the Broadcast tab to see our results. Add the environment source, select Cozy Gamer Room, add source, and there we have it. In the drop-down of our Cozy Gamer Room environment source, we can switch between the camera angles we've set up earlier, live on our stream. For more helpful videos, be sure to check out the knowledge base in the Help tab and join the official Obskur Discord.
Okay, another
In
Two
this
more,
video,
I think.
we will go through how to easily set up a
Yeah.
stream and recording using Obskur. Like this, and this, like this, and like this. And trigger interactions like this.
Wow.
When we open the application, we start in the Broadcast tab. And here, we're going to set up the broadcast to start streaming. If you're not...
What did you just take? Oh! What do you have? What do you have? How do you keep getting mints? Buddy, you can't eat those. You can't eat those. How do you keep finding these? Where even are they? I don't... Here. I gave you this. This is for... That's for you to eat. Here, I'll get you one that you can actually eat. How about that? Since I seem to have caused chaos among your brain by giving you one that you couldn't eat immediately. Here. Here, you can have that. There you go. You can eat that one. Jesus. Okay, we have like 20 minutes left. We can do this.
Not already in the Broadcast tab, please switch to the Broadcast tab now. To do this, we're going to use the nested scene approach. It is a one-time setup, the best way to organize your stream, and will save you a lot of time and is as easy to set up as any other method. Start by creating a new project and saving. You can name the project whatever you would like. This should also automatically open whenever you open Obskur in the future. Let's get started by adding the scenes we're going to nest into our other scenes. First thing we need to do is make the following scenes: just chatting, gaming and browsing, camera, alert, and capture. To add these scenes, hit the plus at the top of the scenes window and rename each scene to match. We're going to start by making the capture scene, alert scene, and the camera scene. These are the foundational scenes that we're going to nest into our just chatting and gaming and browsing scenes. We're going to start by working on our capture scene. Here in the capture scene, we're going to add anything we want to react to or share with the audience. For example, here is where we add games capture sources to show our video games, capture card sources to show other computers or game consoles, or display or window sources you would want to share with your community. Today we're going to be adding a window source to react and share a YouTube video. In the future, when you need to share something new with your audience, such as games or other content, this is where you'll add it. To add a window source, you're going to go to the Sources section, press the plus sign, and select a window source. A new window will appear, and using the drop-down menu, select the window you want to share and press Add Source. You'll see a new source appear. You can click on the source in the canvas to resize the source. In this case, we're going to be sizing the window source to fill the screen, and then we're going to lock the source by pressing the lock button to prevent any accidental changes in the future. Now your capture scene is set up. Next, let's set up the alert scene. This is where we add alerts and notification for your stream, as well as any browser sources you may also use for notifications. In this case, we're going to be adding the native Obskur alert source. To add the alert source, we're going to go to the Sources section, press the plus sign, and select the Alerts and add the source. The alert source will show Obskur coin events and Twitch events such as follows, bits, subs, and others. If you have any browser sources, this scene is where you would be adding those browser sources in the future. To add a browser source, you once again go to the Sources section, press the plus sign, and select Browser Source. Here you will add your browser source URL, size, and press Add Source. Great! Now we have our capture and alert scenes all set. It's time to add our camera scene. The camera scene is where you will add a representation of yourself, whether you're going to be using your webcam or using a VTuber model. We're going to start with a conventional webcam setup. To add a webcam, go to the Source section, press the plus sign, and select the webcam source. A new window will appear. Use the drop-down menu to select your webcam and apply the resolution settings you wish to use. Press apply and add the source. When you want to make any changes to your camera, such as filters, sizing, borders, and effects, this is where you should do it. Now, still in the camera scene, go to the canvas and hold any handle to change the scale of the camera source we just added. Or hold shift to scale in one direction. And that's it for our camera scene. Let's move to the main two scenes that we'll use for streaming or recording. We're going to be taking advantage of all the setup we've done so far by using nested scenes. We're going to be adding scene sources in our just chatting and gaming browsing scenes to allow us to link our previously created scenes, to reuse our work, and make changes that apply everywhere. Before moving on, let's make sure to save the project. Let's create the gaming browsing scene. While in the gaming browsing scene, go to the source section and press the plus sign. Then select scene source, and we're going to add the capture scene that we previously made as a scene source. Once we have the capture scene source in our gaming browsing scene the way we want, we're going to go to the sources and lock the capture scene source. Next, in order for our viewers to be able to see our reactions and what we are capturing, we're going to go back to the sources list, press the plus sign, and we're going to add another scene source. This time, we're going to select the camera scene source. Once the camera scene source is added, in the sources list, move the camera scene source to be above the capture scene source. Next, we're going to click on the camera scene source in the canvas and scale the camera scene source down to the desired size.
Don't eat me.
Once we have the camera scene source positioned and scaled, we're going to find it in the sources list and lock it so we don't accidentally make any unwanted changes. The last scene source we're going to be adding is the alert scene. Just like before, we're going to go to the source section, press the plus sign, and add another scene source. We're going to select the alert scene we've made previously. In the sources list, make sure to move the scene source like you see on the screen, and lock it to prevent any unwanted changes. Gaming browsing scene is now ready. We can use this scene in our stream whenever we want to react to content or share gameplay with our audience. One of the key advantages to the nested scene method we're using can be seen if we go back to the camera scene. You'll see it remains unchanged, even though we changed the camera in the gaming browsing scene. Any changes you make to the camera in the gaming browsing scene will only appear in that scene. This is true for all scene sources. Great job! Now, let's set up our just chatting scene to also use for our stream. To set up the just chatting scene, we will only need 2 of the scene sources that we created. Let's add the camera scene and then the alert scene as a source, like we did previously. Make sure your alert scene is above your camera scene in the source list. Also, don't forget to lock your sources in the list once you have them placed how you like them. Before moving on, let's make sure to save the project. Great! You're ready to start streaming with your webcam. Let's move on to Obskur's unique features by adding environments, interactivity, and VTubing. We're going to build on the previous scenes we've made and take advantage of the other features Obskur has to offer. By default, Obskur provides us with 4 empty environments to customize however we want with 3D assets and lighting. There are also pre-made environments available in the marketplace that you're able to customize as well. In this case, let's go to the Marketplace tab, Environments, and download the free Gamer Room Zeus. Once downloaded, let's go to the Environments tab, add a new environment, choose the Gamer Room Zeus we just downloaded, and rename it Cozy Gamer Room. Environments sometimes come with assets, but we can customize the gamer room to make it our own.
You're okay.
Hold the right mouse button and move your mouse to look around. While holding the right mouse button, use the WASD keys to move around and the QE keys to move up and down. Assets that we download from the marketplace will be in our inventory. To add an asset, drag it into the environment. Left-click to select an asset and use the F key to focus on that asset. Any object in this environment can be freely moved, rotated, or scaled. Hit the spacebar or use the top right buttons to switch between moving, rotating, or scaling the asset. All of these options are also available in the Asset Details menu. Now let's add our webcam into the environment. To do this, click and drag the source display asset into the environment. To show the webcam, choose Webcam from the drop-down and choose Use Selected Source. Position on top of the chair. We can use the Show Hide Icons button for a better view of our assets. When using a webcam source, a best practice habit is to have a green screen and use chroma key filters to remove the background. Great! Now we have our webcam added into the environment. The Cozy Gamer Room already comes with 3 cameras. Let's click on each of these, then double-click and rename them to Camera 1, 2, and 3. Let's add an additional camera for our stream to learn how it works. If we look at the top left, we can see that we've been in the editor camera this entire time. This is the free roam camera that has no effect on our stream. To add a camera, let's click on the plus camera icon. Now you'll notice we're in the camera we've created. Let's rename this camera to Main Camera. Since we're controlling this camera, we'll position it in front of our webcam, using the controls we just learned. Now let's go back to the editor camera from the drop-down and let us free roam in our environment without changing our main camera that we just positioned. We can see our added camera in the environment and touch up the angles by selecting and moving just like any other asset. A preview of the new angle will show in the bottom right of the screen. Great! Let's hit save, and now we know how to add and position cameras in our environment. Make sure to save it in the Environments tab and close the environment so the environment doesn't remain open in the background.
I don't know what he's doing.
Let's set up a camera for our stream by going back to the Broadcast tab and go to the camera scene.
He's gonna fall.
Start by hiding the webcam source in the Sources section we previously added. Then, press the plus icon to add an environment source and choose the Cozy Gamer Room. In the drop-down of this source, we can select the camera angle that we set up previously.
Oh god.
Now that we've changed the camera scene, let's check out Just Chatting and Gaming Browsing scenes. Here we can see we've maintained our layouts and easily changed our camera to show us using a 3D environment. Awesome! We can now stream with ourselves using a webcam integrated in an environment. Wouldn't it be cool if we could have interactions that affect our environment for the community to trigger when we stream to Twitch? Things like this, and this, or this. We can do this through Obskur's Twitch extension and interaction system. We'll start by installing the Obskur Twitch extension. Go to your Twitch profile, Creator Dashboard, Extensions, then search for Obskur in the search bar.
My girlfriend isn't home
Click
for
Add
another
to
3
activate
hours
the
and 5
extension.
minutes.
Set as component 1 or 2. The Add button will turn gray and say Added. Click on the icon to get started. When we're live, the community will be able to use the Obskur Twitch extension to redeem interactions that we've set up. If no interactions have been added, this area will be empty. Please note that the Twitch extension will not be usable in other streaming services. To set up our interactions, we need to own them. In Obskur, let's go to the Marketplace tab in Interactions section. Download the Flame, Hearts, and Fart interactions. There are more interactions to choose from, all of which are free. Interactions by default happen on whatever the active camera is in the Environments tab. We can change this by using an interaction target point, which lets us set exactly where we want our interactions to happen in our environment. Let's return to the Environments tab and make sure we're in the Cozy Gamer Room, which is the environment we want the interactions to happen in. Let's drag the interaction target point from the inventory and put it on the floor. Rename the interaction target point to Interaction on Floor so we can find it later. Click Save and head to the Interactions tab. In the Interactions tab, add the Flame, Heart, and Fart interactions we downloaded from the Marketplace into our current scene. Click on each of these interactions and in the Details panel, change the target point to the interaction on floor target point that we've added in the environment, and click Save Changes. Now, if we hit Preview, we'll notice that the interaction plays at the target point we set up. In the Details panel of these interactions, we can change various settings and set the bits price for our audience to redeem. We can repeat these steps for any other interactions we want to create or add to our stream. The current scene automatically links to whatever scene we have active in our Broadcast tab. By adding our interactions to our current scene, we're making sure the interactions will only be available and play in the current scene we have open in the Broadcast tab. In the future, if we want an interaction to play in the same place in the environment across all scenes in the Broadcast tab, then we would add it to Global. To learn more about interactions, be sure to check out the Interactions Overview video in the Help tab. Awesome! Now when we stream, our community can use obscure Twitch extensions to redeem interactions. Before moving on, let's make sure we save our project. There are two different ways we can use a VTuber model. One way we can add the VTuber is through the character camera, or by using an environment. Let's start by going to the Character tab. Here you can test out VTubing using our default model, or import your own VRM model. To show you the import process, we're going to be using the Remy model created by Cam. Press the Import Model option, and then look for one of your VRM models.
Today, we're introducing the next chapter of Notion AI. It's called Q&A, and it gives you the
To bring our character to life, we can use the Obskur mocap sensors and gloves, which are found at obskur.com, or use third-party mocap hardware through our VMC feature. To learn more about calibrating the Obskur mocap sensors and gloves, or setting up third-party mocap with VMC, check out the Help tab or the knowledge base in the official Obskur Discord server. For facial capture, please use an iPhone with Face ID.
No.
To add the character to a scene, let's go to the Broadcast tab and to the camera scene. Let's start by hiding all of the previous sources in the list. There are two methods to add the character to your scene, either by adding the character source directly, or by adding the character source in the environment we made previously. Adding a character source will add the last selected character you've used in the Character tab. When adding the character source into the scene, it will have a transparent background. This is what it would look like in the Just Chatting scene and Gaming Browsing scene. Switching to the Just Chatting scene, you might want to consider adding an additional image source as a background to customize the scene. Make sure to move to the bottom of the source list in the Just Chatting scene. Now switching to the Gaming Browsing scene, we will see our camera scene source is showing our character source. Here, we're going to stick with the transparent background. Great! Now we have a character to use in the Just Chatting scene or the Gaming Browsing scene for gameplay and reactions. To set up our character in an environment, we need to go back to the Cozy Gamer Room in the Environment tab. Let's make sure we're in the editor camera, and we'll start by right-clicking the webcam and chair assets and deleting. Once we drag the character scene asset in our environment, we'll position it to our liking. Then, let's go to our main camera for fine-tuning. This character will always be what we set in the Characters tab. Click Save and close the environment. And let's go to the Broadcast tab in our camera scene. We can drag the character cam source below our environment source to hide it. This time, our VTuber model will be in the environment. And this is what it would look like in the Just Chatting scene and Gaming Browsing scene.
Good boy.
All we need to do now is add our audio sources. Obskur gives us the option to add audio sources as global or local.
You're such
a global audio source will remain the same for all scenes.
You're such a stinker.
Local audio sources only apply to our current scene. Let's add our system audio and mic as local audio sources in our Just Chatting and Gaming Browsing scenes. Once we set the stream title and game details in the Broadcast tab, we're ready to stream. Congratulations on your new stream setup with Obskur.
You're a little
Make sure to save your project And when you're ready,
No.
click the stream button to go live on Twitch.
I
For
can't.
more helpful videos,
I
be sure to
can't.
check out the knowledge base
Oats.
in the help tab and join the official Obskur
Oats.
Discord.
What are you doing?
How to set up interactions for your stream. First,
Jesus
let's install
Christ.
the Obskur Twitch extension. Go to your Twitch profile,
Okay.
create
Hello.
your dashboard, extensions,
Hi.
then search for Obskur in the search bar.
Jesus
Click
Christ.
Add to activate the extension. Set as component 1 or 2. The Add button will then turn gray and say Added. When your stream is live, the extension will appear on the right-hand side of the screen. Click the
You don't
icon,
like not getting
then
what you want,
get
huh?
started. If no interactions have been added, this area will be empty. So let's go ahead and add some interactions. Go into the Obskur app and add a new scene. Now, add an environment source.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to scroll down and
Oh,
add the bedroom.
Jesus.
Let's add an interaction that we downloaded from the marketplace to the current scene.
My bladder.
We can change where the interaction occurs by going to the environments tab.
How is that more
dragging the
comfortable than
interaction set
what you were
point,
at?
in this case onto the bed, and positioning it however we'd like. Back in the Interactions tab, add the interaction and then modify any details you'd like to change. Notice that it's on the active camera. This is the current camera selected in the Broadcast tab. If we preview the interaction, it's going to work on that camera. We'll click the interaction we added, and then change the target point to the interaction target point and save the change.
Okay.
Once set, it'll
All right.
appear on the bed when your viewers go to
Okay.
redeem this interaction on your stream.
By the end of this video, you
Oh.
know how to edit audio easily.
No, I don't. We did it. We made it. Ow, he's eating me. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.